you again. The new week, the new energy. I believe you have started this week with great energy. First day of the week has already been completed, right? Some of you already be there in the office and might be doing that last tweak before you move to home, right? So I just want you to find 10 minutes, maximum 15 minutes to hear me, because today again I'm going to talk about something very important topic which will help you to build that strong and influential leadership, where people when see you in the office, they see there is a firm leadership. Okay, I'm going to talk about that topic today. So today, so before I go into more details about, I want to quickly introduce myself to all my new people who are joining me, listening me this first time on this for this live talk. Hello everyone, this is Tushar Chaudhary. I'm a leadership coach. I help mid-career, mid-senior project managers, more than 10, 15, 20 plus years of experience, who's really good into their domain now. You really have achieved that subject matter expertise. And somewhere you started liking this area, and because of that, people, and you can't do anything else. You really get absorbed into this the domain which you're working in, the technical job, the operational work which you're doing in, and that's actually becoming a blockage for you to go to the next level, because the people who are sitting at the top ladder in the organization, they see you only as someone who deliver the projects, because that's what you do on daily basis, right? And somewhere they're not able to see that leadership which you want, you actually desire, you already have that in your mind, that you want to achieve, you want to desire to go to leadership role, but the people at the top not able to see that one, and there's a perception gap. You think that you're doing great work, your performance, your experience will take you to the next level, but the people at the top, they think that this is what they actually the work you should be doing, because that's what you get paid for. No, so they're not able to see that strategic leadership in you, and that's why there's a huge perception gap. Now, who will take the responsibility to fill this? You should take the responsibility. It is your responsibility, because it is your desire to grow as a leadership into the leadership role. Okay, and that's where I help you there. That's why I come into the picture, to help you guys to build that ecosystem where you operate at to your core leadership strength, your core leadership values, to build the influence, that create that influence in the organization. And because of that, the people at the top see you as a strategic leader. You attract opportunities towards you, and also promotions and salary hike. Okay, so that's what I help you to achieve. That's about me. Now let's go into the topic. So today's topic, if before I talk about, let me ask you something honestly again. Have you ever had one of these project days where deadlines are slipping, client is escalating, leadership is questioning, team morale is down, risks are increasing, and nothing seems under control? And somewhere emotionally inside you, what's going in there, you feel like everything is collapsing, mind start racing, emotionally you feel frustration, self-doubt, anger, helplessness, fear. And in those moments, leadership thinking gets tested. Your leadership thinking gets tested, not during the success, during the chaos, during the panic situation, during the crisis situation. And today I want to talk about when everything is going wrong, how leaders think. Because this single skill separates the operational people, those who reactive, or I would say reactive professionals, from the influential leaders. Okay, so now see, understand the biggest mistake professionals make during the crisis situation is they think that they have all answers to solve this problem. No, Lear, the real leadership during chaos is your stability, emotional stability, and plus your clear thinking. When I read this book, Man's Search of Meaning by Dr. Viktor Frankl, okay, fantastic book, guys. I would like you to read this book. Okay, what a great book is this. Dr. Frankel explained in this book something very profound, that between what happened to us and how we respond, there is a space. Yeah. Between what happened to us and how we respond, there is a space. And inside that space lies the freedom. See, leaders do not control every situation. Leaders control their response to the situation. Is that a Balbon moment for you? Type BO in the chat box. That changes everything. Okay, I'll share with you a real workplace story from my project experiences. We were managing a large project delivery. Suddenly, within 2 weeks, contractors' productivity slipped, client expectations increased, approvals got delayed, leadership pressure, intensified. The critical milestones, was at risk. Honestly, it felt like everything was going wrong together. And then came one difficult escalating meeting. Client was frustrated. The internal leadership was also tense. So emotionally, inside me, panic started rising. So my first emotional thought were, that is becoming impossible. What if leadership lose their confidence on me? What if project fails? And this is where most professionals emotionally collapse, and they start reactive. They start reacting impulsively. They start blaming people. They start spreading the stress. They overthink. They lose control, clarity. Okay. But that day, I consciously shifted my thinking. And instead of asking, why is this happening? I asked, what is most important right now? And that question changed everything. I stopped focusing on that panic or the chaos, and I focused on how can I how can I stabilize the temperature of the room? How can we stabilize the communication within with the stakeholders? How can I identify the biggest risk and calming the team emotionally, creating the recovery priorities, and slowly situation started improving. That day I realized leaders don't think about everything during crisis. Leaders focus on what matters most next. Okay, so there is a leadership psychology behind this calm thinking, and I would like you to read one more book. The book name is Thinking in Beds. Now, this book explains good leadership decisions are not about certainty; they are about making best possible decisions under uncertainty. Okay, so see, leaders don't wait for perfect clarity; they create direction inside uncertainty. That's the real leadership thinking. Okay, now the crisis. I want to share with you what actually the leaders use in the panic situation, what they do in the panic situation, what that crisis thinking pattern they use, the leaders use. Okay, how they actually think during the chaos. See, in the chaos it is very normal that many of us go for reactive thinking, like everything is going out of control, everything is failing. Who is responsible for this? What if this becomes worse? How do I protect myself? This creates emotional panic. But in such a situation, the leadership thinking goes like, what is the biggest priority right now to focus? What can we still control? How do we stabilize people emotionally? And what is next best decision? This creates a calm direction, huge difference. Now, in this era of artificial intelligence, how this leadership, it has its own impact, no? So in this AI era, see, information is everywhere, reports are everywhere, dashboards are everywhere, but during chaos, This is not going to help you. People still look for human leadership. Why? Because AI cannot emotionally stabilize the temperature of the room, emotionally stabilize the teams and stakeholders. AI cannot create trust during uncertainty, or AI cannot have a calm stakeholders, or lead the AI cannot lead under pressure. That's why leadership thinking is becoming even more important or valuable now. Now the question is, how should we have that mindset, calm mindset during the chaos? How can we build that mindset? And for that, I would like to share with you three practical shifts that will help you to build that calm mindset during the panic situation or chaos. So shift number one, as I mentioned, we have to move from the emotional reaction or emotional chaos mindset to priority clarity mindset. When everything goes wrong, don't think about 50 problems. Ask what is most critical right now. See, clarity reduces your emotional overload. Okay, so that's a shift number one. Shift number two. So from fear thinking to control thinking, that's what actually the second shift I want. So don't focus on the things outside control. Focus on communication, your decision, your stakeholder alignment, your next actions. This creates stability. Shift number three. I want you to move from that pressure when generally someone, when you get into the panic situation, obviously everyone pointing out the finger at you, and that time you feel that pressure situation, you also feel that victimized situation. So I want you to move from that pressure victim situation to leadership identity situation. Okay, see, during chaos, just ask yourself, if I were already a strong leader, how would I think right now? This identity change triggers emotional energy instantly. Okay, so these are the three shifts I would like you to implement straight away in your day-to-day life. Okay, that's it. So today, now that's, we come to the close of the live talk today, but before I go again, I would like to share with you something powerful. See, anybody can appear confident when everything is smooth, everything is working, but so real leaders are tested when there is there is ambiguity, there is uncertainty rise happen, there is a pressure rises, there emotion rise happen, then when the things start collapsing, because crisis exposes your mindset, your emotional maturity, and what's your depth, what's your leadership depth, what's your decision quality. And that's why, I told you at the start of the webinar that I help mid-career project professionals to build that ecosystem where you build this mindset, this emotional maturity, that depth of leadership on daily basis, because that will help you to take the decisions, quality decisions, for not only for project but also for the company or the business point of view. Okay, and many careers rise or collapse in these moments. So next time everything feels like it is going wrong, I want you to not to ask yourself why this is happening to me. Ask what kind of leader do I become during chaos or panic situation. That question can transform your identity forever. If this message resonated with you, I want you to comment calm in the comment section. And in case you are already experiencing such a situations quite often and you are struggling to deal with the pressure and the challenges, obviously the consequence of the panic situation chaos is not, is it hurts actually. It just destabilize your team, your stakeholder trust on you, and this also hurts you for your next level coming promotions on salary hike. I want you to book one-to-one with me. There's a link in the comment section, or you can go to my LinkedIn profile. There's a book an appointment. Okay, I'd like to help you on that one. Let's have a quick discussion with each other. Okay, that's it for today. I'm gonna sign off from this from tomorrow, from today, from Bangalore, and tomorrow once again when I come back, I'll have one more topic for you tomorrow, which will help you again to build that calm leadership, okay, to help you demonstrate or highlight that influential behavior in the organization, so that the people at the top select you or find you that you are the best fit for the future leadership roles. Okay, until that moment, implement what we learned today. Okay, I put a message to me, drop a DM to me directly on LinkedIn. I would like to answer, I would like to understand your views and opinions, and if there's any question you have, I know I would like to answer those also. Okay, so until that moment, see you tomorrow. Take care of yourself. God bless you.